Welcome back to TVB News. The Legislative Council today passed a non-binding motion to withdraw the government's plan to introduce 600 premium taxis on Hong Kong's roads. Rachel Leung has more.
The government earlier proposed introducing 600 luxury cabs with the aim of improving the quality of taxi services in the city. During discussions on LegCo's transport panel today, some lawmakers expressed their support for the scheme.
With competition, there is improvement. In the past years, we see that the taxis are very differing in the quality of their service, and the tourists and Hong Kong people have experienced some deplorable drivers affecting the image of the entire trade. We propose that the government, according to the market needs, increase the supply of franchise taxis and also the ordinary taxis licenses.
But others were against the idea.
It's not that there's insufficient taxi service. It is the level of service, quality of service of the taxis. That is a problem. So we're not here to produce another product to make more cars on the road, but rather to raise the standard of service. Providing 600 franchise taxi licenses would only add on to the already grave traffic congestion situation.
But the Transport and Housing Chief stressed the proposed amount of 600 premium taxis represents only 3% of the some 18,000 licensed cabs in Hong Kong. He also maintained the scheme is not to replace ordinary taxis, but to provide passengers with more choice.
Any proposal that will help with the taxi trade or new platforms, we will proactively consider that. The government would do so.
At the end of the meeting, lawmakers passed a non-binding motion with 7 votes for and 5 against to shelve the government's proposal to introduce franchise taxis. Rachel Leung, TVB News.
The results of a public consultation
that'll be me, of the West Kowloon Cultural District were out today. They showed that 52% of respondents to a random survey support the project, while around 15% are opposed. In a separate survey, 40% were in favour of building the museum, while around 30% were against.
We are also studying the comments that are not so positive, and inevitably with a project like this there are some not so positive comments. I think those relate to things like the approach, how it was released to the public, the need for more public engagement, which I accept, I think is absolutely right. It's something as we go forward we need to continue to talk to the community, not just about this project, but frankly about the whole project. So that's something.
Prescott noted that a number of comments were received on how the museum would be run, with some expressing appreciation for its educational value. He hopes the final report will be ready in the next couple of weeks.
Overseas again, when Donald Trump was running for U.S. president, he praised WikiLeaks for publishing emails that damaged Hillary Clinton's reputation. Now his administration is seeking to arrest leakers like Julian Assange. Sonia Artero reports.
Tough talk from the U.S. Attorney General when asked if the Justice Department is considering prosecuting WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. Jeff Sessions insists targeting all leakers is a Trump administration priority.
We are going to step up our effort and already are stepping up our efforts on all leaks.
But Sessions failed to specify if he's referring to Assange only or those leaking sensitive information to news outlets that Trump deems illegal.
This is a matter that's gone beyond anything I'm aware of. We have professionals that have been at the security business of the United States for many years that are shocked by the number of leaks, and some of them are quite serious. So yes, it is a priority, and whenever a case can be made, we will seek to put some people in jail.
Media reports say U.S. prosecutors are preparing charges against WikiLeaks and Assange. This could include conspiracy, theft of government property, and violating the Espionage Act. But Assange insists WikiLeaks' goal is to right the wrong of governments that hide what should be transparent. Just last month, WikiLeaks embarrassed the CIA when it outed the spy agency's use of cyber espionage tools, the kind that allow it to eavesdrop on the public by way of home computers, cell phones, and smart TVs. It's leaks like this that have CIA Director Mike Pompeo furious with WikiLeaks for harming national security. It was WikiLeaks which published thousands of U.S. classified documents taken by Chelsea Manning, a leak which saw the former Army analyst spend time in jail. For the last 4 years, Assange has been holed up in Ecuador's embassy in London. He's received political asylum there to avoid extradition to Sweden, where he's wanted on a rape allegation. Sonia Artero, TVB News.
Iran has announced the final list of candidates for next month's presidential race. The candidates were approved by the Guardian Council, which vets the hopefuls for Iran's elections. Half of its 12 members are clerics appointed by Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who also makes all final decisions on major policies. President Hassan Rouhani is widely seen as the front-runner, but he could face tough competition from popular hardline cleric Ibrahim Raisi, who is close to Khamenei. Former hardline President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad sought to run but was disqualified. The election will largely serve as a referendum on the 2015 nuclear deal with world powers.
The International Space Station now boasts a crew count of 5 people. That's after the regular crew of 3 were joined overnight by a veteran Russian cosmonaut and an American astronaut making his first space flight.
As the hatch opened, 10:25 a.m. Central, 11:25 a.m.
Crew members cheered as NASA's Jack Fisher and Russian Fyodor Yurchkin boarded the ISS. The pair lifted off from the Russia-leased launch facility in Kazakhstan early this morning, Hong Kong time, and reached orbit about 9 minutes later. All right, back here on Earth. James, what have you got in sport?
Well, we're going to get you up to date on NBA in just a moment and more. Bad news for Tiger Woods. Another setback for Tiger. This week, the 14-time major champion had his 4th back surgery in 4 years. The 41-year-old is expected to